Welcome to another episode of Middle Ground with JLE LLC, where we treat you like family. That's the theme song, Detroit Love, off my first album, The JLE Experience. Only music and copyright. Do not mute on Facebook. How everybody been doing? It's been a minute from a live episode. Had a guest for Friday, but had something come up and had to reschedule. Plus, I've been taking a little break here and there, recharge a little bit. Want to give an update on what's going on with the brand a little bit. First off, appreciate everybody that asked questions about we got an episode tonight or what's going on with it. Appreciate the support. Working to eventually get to where that sponsorship and all that good stuff. But keep doing the work and everything will fall in place where it needs to be. I've been on hiatus from Sportsline with JLE show. My co-host got stuff going on she need to take care of. But I forgot about March Madness. So I might pop in here and there and do an episode on that just to talk about what's been going on with that. The biggest upset I know so far has been Oakland University taking out Kentucky. Shout out to them. I don't know if Michigan State won today. I ain't checked the score. I had to work today. Ground Floor, co-host with that show, need to take a break. We're looking for a guest host, but I'm looking at gotta keep bringing content out to you, so need to be a new episode this Friday coming up. There's a lot going on. You got the presidential debate coming up of who you want to choose. A lot of stuff going on in the world. Stuff always going on in relationships. There's a lot going on that the jelly brand need to give us opinion on, in my opinion. So I laid this latest news with the brand. Still working on merchandise. I'm looking to definitely do a live sports show from the NFL draft. I registered to go, but I will have my press credentials soon. And I want to see what that's like. I think that'd be pretty dope to be the actual press live streaming from the NFL draft in Detroit. And that's gonna be pretty cool and pretty fun. Hope everybody good, your family good. Another reason really wasn't feeling doing the show yesterday. Yesterday was my nephew's birthday that was murdered 2 years ago. He would have been 28. But thinking about it, week prior, anybody dealing with grief, go through the process. You gotta get to the other side of it. So I might cry here and there, but definitely was looking like, let me book myself for this Saturday because I know I gotta work. I ain't really feeling it. But I just woke up from naps, been grinding all day. The first thing I'm like, no, you gotta do an episode. You gotta get on the pod, let people know what's going on with the brand. I'm thankful for the 31 countries that tune in. Anybody that tune in to share or talk about the brand. So, JLE weekends is Saturday and Friday, so that's what I give it to you. I'm looking to probably take Ground Floor and maybe go back to Saturday. It ain't bad to knock out 3 shows one day, just have one on Saturday, but be a little more flexible. Maybe like 9 or something after if I have an interview show at 7 on Saturday. Then I can do the Ground Floor show. So if I got potential guest hosts or panelists, be a better time because I guess people are getting a little older. 11:30 is a little too late for them. I know we used to wild out all the time of the nights, but no judgment there. I'm still used to grinding because I still be grinding. And I did watch because I do want to talk about see can I get some people on the show with me next week, but if not, I'm still gonna talk about it. I did watch the Freaknik documentary. it was interesting. So they're going to talk about that next week. I know we talked about it the first season when we first heard they were doing a documentary. But they want to talk about that next week. See who I get on the show. And that I might be doing that one maybe Saturday. I think that might be better. But definitely, and I'll probably make a flyer. Talking about, okay, we're switching the time back on Saturdays, but probably around 9 or somewhere around there. 9:30 or something. If not, I might still just do it Friday at 11:30 and then wait to switch it. But the switch will be coming. And documentary was enlightening. You know, there's something to talk about. But yeah, a lot of people I know is going through stuff. Some people I ain't know that today meant something to them with a family member. So they're praying with everybody that may have been going through something this week and you coping because some people cope in silence. And I think it's good to know that you're not alone. People that rock with you, pulling for you know, because I mean, I know me, I'm used to dealing with stuff by myself to a degree, so I'm different. So I can suffer in silence, I guess, but music or working out or being creative would be my refuge or talk to the Lord about it. I got ways to deal with it. I mean, if anybody dealing with something, definitely go counseling, pastor, relative, someone. Or if you need to vent, cry, let it out, get a punching bag, go punch it, but do something. Don't just sit there and be struggling and not dealing with it because you got to deal with it. And I ain't had time to get all cut up, so I'm looking like Wolverine right now. And that new X-Men '97 cartoon is dope as hell. You need to check it out. Disney, you need more content, in my opinion. Everybody bringing back this weekly episode garbage. I ain't with it. That's what's the point of having a platform of streaming if you just can't put the whole season up and let me choose when I want to watch it. But that's my little opinion on it. I ain't with it. But there's a lot going on in the world. Like apparently people in Russia saw someone shot up a concert event over there. A lot of people making choices that is affecting a lot of lives in a negative way. It's crazy. I know the Bible talk about you're gonna see some wild stuff going forward, but wow, people listen to the devil too much. But you do got people making some strides and doing some great things as well. People making moves to better themselves, get promotions, doing better things, or restructuring their budget so they have better resources to do some things, which is cool too. A lot of them things I'm working on to where I can be better. Because I mean, being a creative ain't easy. When you get a vision of to build something, it's a process. And I know I've come across some of the greats out here doing awesome stuff that would make the statement. If you can't put 5 years in without being profitable, don't even start building it because it's going to take time. And I mean, anybody that can pose the question: would you rather hit fire in the first 2 years of what you're building, and then you run through the business cycle and you're done, or within that 5 years you start getting the steps that need to take place and you start catching that fire, and it's a steady burn for the next 5, 10, 100 years of your company, or whatever you build. I would take the marathon instead of the sprint because you want to be able to pass it down, hopefully, or have that name a part of Americana. You know, we take WWE for example. Vince McMahon father owned it, sold it to his son, and they doing WrestleMania 40 in April. From 1984 till now, there's been 40 years of the Super Bowl of wrestling events. And he leveraged everything with him and his wife, and you hear his story and how he started to do it because God showed him a vision of what he can do with what his father built, but on a grander scale. I'm always fascinated with all these people's stories on how they became successful to where they could employ multitudes of people. And the formula is always the same. It's a process. It takes time. I was blessed to be interviewed by, say her name right, Fochina Kirkendall earlier for her podcast. Great interview. Gotta find out when it's coming out and let people know. And we talked about my story and some of these things I'm talking about now. I mean, it's a process because God can show you something don't nobody else see. And it's up to you to get there. You know, take the Noah's Ark. I mean, I know they made like variations of it over the years, lighthearted shows, but just take God told that man to build the metrics and math of that ark is amazing to hold all the animals and him and his family, and whoever else will listen. So you imagine people walking through the world. Oh, this dude over here building this super huge ark. He said the world gonna flood. What this fool talking about? Man, let me go see. You know how he is. And you go see the dude doing it like, hey, that's a big ass ark. And man, what you doing that for? Hey, God told me to build it because the world gonna flood. Man, ain't no flood happy. You just over here doing something stupid. And they going about their business. And then when shit hit the fan, I'm pretty sure they were sitting there like, wow, I had a chance to get on that ark, and I laughed at that man. Oh, I just didn't trust what he was doing. And some people don't mean it. In my most of my think people be looking at themselves. If they might make a comment that you might feel it was not helpful on what you're working towards. But I think they're talking to themselves because you're working on what God told you your why is. I had an old friend once tell me when I told about him get the press credential soon. And they made the statement, you're steady adding to your purpose. That's amazing. Keep going. And I know me. I ask questions. Like, what you mean? Like every time I hear from you, you keep adding to what you're doing. You ain't just stagnant. Like press credentials. That's awesome. You go ahead and work your press credentials. I do plan to do that. All type of different political stuff and everything going on. I plan to be there. JLE brand will be there to have an opinion on it. But hopefully some people that's specialists in it. But I think people when they might make comments to you are really saying to themselves why I'm not on my grind like that person is. That's what I think they're really saying. Because if they're your peoples, they want to see you shine, just like you want them to shine. So if you working on something, whether you made money at it or not, but you stay in the course, anyone that's done something great and maybe they fell from grace later, it took time. And I just heard on Shannon Sharp Nightcap show, they were talking about Michael B. Jordan has made reference that he's lonely because he's been diligent on his craft to be the best actor, director, whatever he can be. And I know Shannon has made this statement before on Undisputed or think even First Take. You sacrifice for what your purpose really is. And hopefully your people can understand that sacrifice. I know Kobe talked about sacrificing his family to try to be the best basketball player he could be. And I guess it probably could be lonely. I mean, once I started this journey on building my radio broadcasting company from out the mud, learning a lot of stuff on along the way. I never felt alone, but I guess you feel that. I guess the others they might feel like it's loneliness because you ain't got a group of people in the trenches with you. But to me, if you always got Jesus, so you're never alone. But you might need that solitude and that focus because you see it. I mean, everybody ain't meant to get to where your destination gonna take you. They may have been there for a season or a moment, but you still see it. It could be like something, for example, it could be a lit up road like The Wizard of Oz. Shout out to that movie and all that. But just for example, it's a lit up road, and at the end, you see it's the finished product of whatever it is you're doing, whatever your purpose is. Whether it's a painting company, being an author, building a bookstore, sports, whatever. And you clearly looking at it is like you went to the future, but the path God is showing you, and it don't say how long that road or that path will take to get there, but you can see the clear lit up path, and at the end you see clear as day everything that you're working and you're dreaming to make reality. You can feel like you can almost touch it, but it's that real. And you might let it slip out. Like, do y'all see that? And people y'all chopping or whatever y'all doing. Nah, man, what you talking about? And you might start being quiet to yourself. Like, okay, I ain't crazy. I don't want to pick. Make people think something's wrong with me. Having issues, get help, but you see it. And you're like, so no one else see. Now you start talking to yourself. So no one see this. I see this lit up path to what everything in my mind can think about. Like God just like was the perfect painter and just showing it like, wow, that's what it's gonna look like. But that path looked long, a lot of work, maybe some failures in between. Have to retweak it and restart it, but I see it. And maybe you might see some pitfalls and some cracks in the road to know that that journey is going to be a little long. But you see it, and nobody else see it. So you like, okay, I'm my mentality. Let's get it. Let's get after it. Go dominate. And you get locked into it. You bless the people you might know will always like I have a few family members that would throw that love my way, like, hey, just keep working on it, man. You be on this something or nothing, and it's gonna be awesome when you're done. Just stay the path. Hope you got that encouragement. If you don't think God will put someone there to give you that little boost to keep walking, you go in the right direction because you see it. So nobody else see this path and what you're working towards at the end of it like you do. Keep going. So you keep going. And in that journey, some people might fall to the wayside at a time if it's needed. Maybe they're there to help you get it going and be that boost. You don't forget them. When you get there, you bring them back along, put them where they might need to be, but it's that boost. And you got to be vigilant because when you get there, all the good you can do, all the good you can do. I mean, Eminem put all his friends on. LeBron, he's like the architect of showing how you take you and your people. Hey, we're gonna be our own little circle. You need to be a lawyer. You need to be business. You need to be that. You need to be that, and we can keep it all in house and do this thing and change the trajectory of your bloodline. So, but you gotta stay the course. And I mean, LeBron is one of God's greatest gifts to basketball. I mean, I don't always agree with the narrative and all them things, but God showed him early that path I'm talking about. And shout out to him. He walked it to where what he saw at the end, he made a reality. And him and his people good. And I will always say he done one draft pick in that because this dude since middle school, they would call him the chosen one. You know, all that type of stuff, putting stuff on ESPN. And he had to resolve to stay the course that early on to where he is and where his people are. I mean, being creative and understanding that purpose thing a little bit, that's a hell of a focus and maturity to see it. You the one that see it and you follow through and bring your people with you. You blessed if another person can see what you see, like, hey, oh, you see that big building with the company logo, this? Oh, you see it too? Like, yeah, I see it. Oh, bet we got this. It's dope you guys won, but if you're the only one that see it, you stay that path. Through hell or high water, you walk that path until you get there. Because it's going to change everything when you do. And all the lessons you're going to learn on the journey. That's why my daily devotionals and video I talk about, shout out to people that will check them out. You got to take it all in. Good, bad, and different, all of it. Because it's helped molding who you need to be when you get to that end of that destination. Because while you looking at it now, you're not the person you need to be, in my opinion, that is needed to facilitate that. Whatever it is you're supposed to do. There's some stuff you got to pick up like a sports, like a video game on that journey to it. So when you get there, you got the wisdom, you got the knowledge, the patience, to know how to talk to certain people that are difficult or whatever the case may be. When you get there, you're going to pick all them traits up along that journey. So it all adds up. It's all connected. Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe was. It's all connected. Everything you're going through is helping make you the best version of you when you get there. The moments of self-doubt, I need to lose weight, I need to do this. All that. Because you won't come across people that was at that moment that you were in crisis, and the knowledge you learned, you can pass it and help them out so they can get to their destination. So to me, it's all connected, and it was quite shocking to hear another person say what Shannon Sharp said about you be on that, you be focused on your craft, but people can't understand it. But sometimes it takes you to be locked in and be committed to it. because you saw it. If you don't never get none out of the JLE brand, I hope play this for other people, share it, but feel this. God showed you that path and what it's going to look like at the end result. You got two options. Either you're going to embrace the challenge of what it's going to take to get there, or as you on that journey and it start getting difficult, you tap out. But if you tap out, newsflash, you're always gonna have that regret of woulda, coulda, shoulda. So it's better to not quit. I was taught you start something, you finish it. So don't quit. See it all the way through. Because at least you truly tried for it. You gave it everything you had. I mean, if you heard my story so far, I changed my major 3 times, dropped out for 5 years, went back for business management, got my bachelor's degree from Wayne State University, Mike Gillett School of Business. And I ain't got my championship belt made yet. I will, but that's my world title. I look at every day on my mantle. That you went through a lot of stuff. Everybody you knew was graduating college. You felt like you getting passed by, and all them different emotions I was having. But one thing I had stuck in my mind at this point in your journey, you need that piece of paper so you got options to go anywhere else to get a job. We ain't leaving Wayne State till we get it. Don't care what happened. COVID happened, unfortunately. We had a lot of check-ins, and I wound up being a catalyst to get us back focused on the task. Because at first people were laughing when I was saying it, but that they could hear my passion. Because on my father's grave, that's the most realest thing I ever felt at that point in time. And the words I will say whenever we talk, I don't give a damn if this planet burns up and destroys itself. I'm getting that degree. I can see it and I can touch it. We all have come too far, sacrificed too much to say, well, there's a pandemic, packing my bags, damn all that. All this can end. I need that piece of paper first. And we all band together like, you know what, let's finish strong. Let's just get it. And we did. Shout out to my classmates because those mental health and wealth check-ins were real because you know how the world's going to end. I mean, if you believe in your word, you know God got you, you good. But if you don't have them things, it seems like it was the end of the world to you. I get it. But God made a stubborn son of a bitch in his child and me. You know who he made. When I set my mind on doing it, I ain't quitting till I get there. I don't care what happened. I deal with it, cry about it later, but I'm going to finish the task because I don't want to do this again. I learned them lessons when I was younger. Quick basic story. When back, I don't know what it is now, but back in the 90s, you could get your license when you were 16. Mumford don't have that driver's training up there no more, but back in the day they did. When in winter time, I got dropped off, I didn't take it serious. And when I failed, my brother John told me, like, you didn't take it serious because you too smart to fail. But I know how to help you take it seriously. Ain't none of us gonna drag your ass nowhere. Mumford right up the street. So when you get out of school, you gonna walk your ass up Pinehurst, hit that right on Puritan, hook that left on Wyoming, and walk down there to the driver's training and walk your monkey ass back. And in that walking process, you're gonna be upset that you had it easy and you didn't take it seriously. And it burned my grits every day. Like, man, I gotta go through this damn walk every day when I could have did this right the first time. Did get cool with one of the classmates. They had stuff, we chop it up for a minute, they'll walk with me. So that was kind of cool moment. Counseling with them, whatever, kept moving. People had class, it was cool. I dominated. Back then, I think you needed 350. You think I got 388, 400 somewhere around there. Make sure I pass. But I did, and I took that lesson. When you get a chance to do something, do it the first time. Let's not repeat this lesson again. We should have to walk and everybody driving, talking about going on dates, doing this. And like Jeff, then you ain't got your L's yet, man. Oh man, come on, you gotta step up, Jeff. But I always been a little slow to the party because the way my man work is different than other people. I wasn't pressed about driving yet. So I didn't care to be taken seriously. Be totally transparent. But once I saw it, I needed that option. Time to take it serious. I read every chapter before they were done. Everything was done before it was done. When I'm on dominate mode, whatever the tasks are, all that's been knocked out. All right, what's next? You steps ahead. Okay, we'll give you something else because I ain't here to play around. I don't want to repeat this step again. So hope that helped anybody in hearing about this story. You got a chance to do it the first time. And we had a talk after I passed. You like they had a conversation, like it made me mad, but your conversation was right. You dropped me off every day, picked me up. I appreciate it. But when I was walking in those back when spring was spring, it'd be 70 instead of 40s and snow. It burned my grits every day. I'm walking to do something I should have did already. But that's an example of them lessons where some of them you can knock out while they're right there. Definitely. You ain't got to repeat the steps. You ain't got to. So if you anyone that's really, you can see your purpose and whatever it is, it might be, as you still thinking, it might be materialized in front of your eyes. Like, wow, this is what I've been thinking about. I see it. You got to be willing to sacrifice to make it happen. And be comfortable with those sacrifices. Like I said, I know Mark B. George talking about being lonely now, but you kind of well off. Your family tree from you should be straight now. I mean, and you'll meet the one that's ready for you, that understands that grind, because it is a grind. That you're gonna need someone that's understanding to what your grind is, your true real. But they ain't tripping. So they got people in their ear. Oh, yo, man, he's an entrepreneur. He doing A, B, C, D, E. And they like, yeah, because he doing it for him and us. And I, I see his vision. And I'm helping him bring it to life the best way I can. So be quiet. We're going to do us. And maybe there's a place for you once we get there. And you got to write it down your team, because some people ain't your peoples. They're Decepticons. If they don't want to take a chance what they should be doing, they definitely looking at you like, you think you better. But you want to get degrees, you want to be a painter or whatever. You just try to follow your purpose. A lot of people wonder what their why is. When you blessed to find yours, you owe it to yourself to put the energy, effort, and tenacity behind it to make it a reality. And to see what your life gonna look like in that new world. So I think about legacy and all that stuff now. Like, okay, stuff you building right now, stuff you done so far, which to me, I don't think a lot, but in this interview had me reflect that you have been through a lot and done a lot so far. I forgot to mention I got 3 companies on the interview. All that stuff talked about, but okay. Your journey's still your journey. And when you're that public figure, because what you're working on ain't just for you, it's for you to share with the world. You gotta be comfortable with people recognizing, wow, this person, they saw that and say you describe it to them. No, it was a lit up golden path. And at the end, I saw my company, my sub companies, the people that work for me, my nonprofits, this man, like you saw all of that. Wow. And you made that a reality. Wow. It's gonna amaze you to hear how they respond to it. Like, wow, dang, this person really put that work in. It's gonna take work and trust the process and the journey. 'Cause, like what I'm working on now, God told me to do it. I know the resources will be there, but I need to keep making this content. I've had enough breaks. Keep expanding, keep getting better, keep adding. Maybe down the road, some skits and some other stuff. Keep building this multimedia radio broadcasting company. Collab with the right people. Because I do get some people to pop in, like, I see what you're doing. I'm like, I ain't niggas paying attention to me. But people are watching. So I'm waiting to see how it all play out. Or okay, when he hit that next gear, because he's still in transition, he's still in flux. He don't look the part yet. I'm pretty sure people might say that, but I'm like, yeah, I know he got him. He don't come off like that CEO of a brand yet. He ain't there yet. He probably still working on stuff, dealing with stuff that he's dealing with. But I know Jeff hit that next gear when I see him and I see what the JLE brand looks like. He telling me, but I don't see it yet, and that's coming. I mean, it's just like the process. I don't have my team yet. I will. I'm working with a few people so far, but they're coming, and we're gonna keep going. So that's what's going on with the brand. Gotta get back in the studio for the music. I'm back writing for the books. I posted. I got to keep reposting. If you want to advertise on my platform, put those figures out. Um, some more I got to do in marketing. Got to do more of that. I'm working on it. I want to tighten up that to where you don't go without a day. Hey, I want middle ground brand to be trendy one day. Because I know more people know about it. And more people want to support. Start having the cash app and all that stuff up there more frequent. And you'll start seeing this back wall going to be a room with the brand logos behind it. Working on that. Stuff have on going to say middle ground or jelly brand. Still working on that. I'm always working. I ain't working weekends with my regular job. I'm always working about the brand. What can I do with the brand? I mean, I've had a nice little run of some breaks, relaxation time, but it's back to okay, you're getting content out. You gotta get more content out. If you don't got a guest host, still get some content out. Friday to Saturday is JLE days. You gotta bring out content. That's I want to be part of Americana. Friday, Saturday nights, Jeff dropping content. If I'm still busy, I can go catch it because he put something out. And share it, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Middle Ground JLE. I have books out. So look up my name on the Amazon, buy the books. You can find my music on the Jeff L. Edwards, JLE World, JLE Experience. How about that? I'm looking to do more speaking engagements. And if you want to learn how to start a podcast, I got to put that pricing out, but it's a fair pricing where I will do step by step to help you. But that takes a little bit of time, so time is valuable. But I hope you get there. And now, everything I'm doing eventually is going to become a packet. I'm saying it now that's going to be a question. Okay, you did all this to where you got your press credentials, this and that, you the journalist, boot. Have maybe a workshop down the road, but working on all that. Everything's still working on. Trust the process. I didn't want to get on here. Just new content out because I know it's been a minute. And we'll be back next week. If I ain't got a guess, I'm be on here. So I'm going back to the beginning. I'm definitely blessed, and I gotta get the first, I think, 4 seasons of audio. Put that on my YouTube channel. There was a lot of great stories and guests. But it's definitely been nice and a little helpful to, I ain't feeling today. You got a few seasons on StreamYard, so find one, put the episode in. That's why I put special replay so it's not live. Comment still if you want, appreciate it. And get a little time in, because, gotta find some balance. But, God put on me today, gotta get back on content. So, we're back to grinding. So definitely be dropping some content back every week. And it's a lot going on in the world, so there's a lot to talk about. Even if it's just me. Gotta get this content out. You gotta know what the JLE brand feel about it. I feel we out here now. Everybody else got an opinion on it. We got one too. So I'm hoping educate, entertain, and have fun with. So hope you enjoy my work tomorrow. So hope you get to enjoy yourselves. Be hydrate. Be responsible tonight. If you ain't went out yet. I think I want to spill with Detroit. Should be looking at spring next week, hopefully. Look forward to that. Gotta get some more gear. Ready for that. Chop this up, put it out. I hope everybody enjoy your night. And we're going to be back next week. Till next time, everybody.
Detroit raised me. Detroit's in me. Can't nothing stop me.